Did they roll off yet? I didn't know.
They did. They did
Okay.
it. I had the blocker up, so no one did it. I don't know if they heard me or not. Okay, we're good. And
So did
start.
Jempty choose to go first, or did Cameron force him to go first?
I imagine Jempty chose to go first.
Okay.
Because getting the PerCeptor flip earlier is really important.
Okay. So he swings for 4 as expected, does the 2 as expected. So
Yeah, and he also swings with the tank, so he has a little extra defense. So he's not getting that like one-hit KO going.
yeah, I think the issue is here is like I just don't think that I don't think his second attack can actually KO anything here.
No, I don't think I think it's just a matter of getting the second attack, really.
Yeah, the advantage here is that the Horribull essentially gives you, I mean, it's like a zap, but I mean, like it gives you a second card play on turn 1.
Right.
If you get the card, which he does with the fusion board. So I said, Cameron, tell Cameron to move that down, but no, it's just my chat window that's in the way. So we're good. We're good. So he chooses to do one to the tank here, which I don't know if it's going to make a difference, but like I think you still just point all the direct damage at PerCeptor when you have the opportunity to. But I kind of get it, I guess.
Cameron, I believe, is very in on the KO out of combat plan.
It's like 8 here.
And I mean, if it's not, I don't know exactly what the Pierce is, but that's a ton of defense for sure. So it's whatever the Pierce number is.
it's not much. It's like 5. Well, it's like 5, I guess.
Yeah.
With more.
Oh, is it less?
No, it has to be more than that. The fusion board is 3 alone.
I see.
He has 2 other blacks there that I see.
Count that the other Pierce just in case there, because I see an RR blade at least and something else maybe.
And a fight for position. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I knew it had to be at least 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, this is pretty good. I mean, he soaks an attack pretty well. I mean, like the tank can't finish off the other tank without, I guess, another fusion board or a bunch of like. I mean, he can do 2 with Horribull.
I mean,
and then swing in for enough, but
yeah, it's potential that Cameron can do 4 damage. With a Kamian crash or.
Sure, with a card play.
Yeah. So like he has the potential now to KO, and like I said, his plan is very much to KO a character out of combat and then swing on to attempt to KO the big Sky Shadow. Like you said, though, I don't know if you can really get away with that with the tank attack, but I guess if you can find a way to do enough damage. Now, this grenade launcher here actually represents a potential killing blow.
What is he like? Oh, okay. Now this makes sense. All right.
Yeah. So there you go.
Why is he doing? What is that card that Cameron didn't make a photo copy of?
Enhanced power cell.
Okay, so that does make sense. I was like, why is he playing all this stuff up front?
Yeah.
So you have N hostilities,
Hold
the line, sparring gear, which is like don't like in the deck.
Yeah.
And another.
Trust me, he doesn't like it either.
Another security checkpoint. So only the secret actions are relevant here, so I think you just split them.
Yeah.
I mean the sparring gear is fine. Like, I mean, you'll take it. Like,
I mean, it's actually not bad in like the end game. Like
yeah,
once you remove the piercers, like if it, in my opinion, like a lot of these games are going to come down to PerCeptor versus Horribull. When you get to those points of the game, like the gear is actually pretty relevant because like Horribull doesn't have like the innate guaranteed bold and pierce and stuff like that, so you can actually defend off pretty well.
I mean, you draw the hostilities here regardless, so like, I don't even care what cards are. That's the right. Those are the right piles. I mean, for sure. Like, don't give him literally anything, even though I don't even want to waste the time on the sparring gear. It's definitely better than nothing, than like an extra security checkpoint. So, all right. So he's gonna get in there for 8 plus flips.
And there's 10.
Ooh,
there
10.
you go. So that's gonna KO the plane because
12.
Cameron has
12.
0 blues in his deck, so he's definitely going to
12.
steal an attack here. Yeah, it's a giant. Now, funny thing here is that he doesn't have the reflect, and his PerCeptor is going to take 3 damage, so he doesn't have the ultimate comeback here.
I mean, this turn was amazing. I mean, I don't care. Like, this turn was amazing.
Yeah, it's a big turn for sure. I mean, because like now, like Cameron is without a weapon.
Yes.
Currently
with no upgrades, with no upgrades in hand at
he
all.
currently has no upgrades in hand, so he has to rip an upgrade here to even have a shot to KO the tank out of combat. So his bigger guy can even go in and try and steal the attack back. So he's very needing to get to I mean, like a Gaming Crash also does it. So I don't think he had one in his hand. I know he had a precision fire. I didn't catch the other card.
I think that was a major mistake that just happened right there. So Jempty pitches counter espionage after just security checkpointing his hand to get a reprocess. After he knows he has no upgrades in hand, he knows most of the upgrades that Cameron wants to play will fall off at the end of the turn anyway, and he knows what's in his opponent's hand.
Yeah.
So he knows he has two actions in his hand. He knows he can hit one of them with a counter espionage. I think that's a big mistake there.
That's true. He could take a turn off for that. Yeah. So there goes. That's going to end up being 2 damage to the Perceptor, put him to 5, put the tank to 7, and the plane to 1. So even with an upgrade play here, he's not going to be able to KO that tank out of combat.
Right. I think you still make this play, but I'm not positive that like I'm in love with it. I mean, like I guess he had another. I don't remember what the other card. I know he had a reprocess and something else. I think. So.
I mean, the option here could be move a damage to the plane and then attack the plane and just like hope for the best with your Sky Shadow. And then maybe try and KO out of combat next turn. I mean, Jempty just flipped two Peace to Tyranny, so chances are he's not going to have a Peace to Tyranny, unless he's he just happened to get the third one with Perceptor or something like that. But it's very unlikely.
Well, see, I think he has to put maximum. I think he has to put this damage on the Perceptor because I think the Sky Shadow itself is not going to survive the horrible attack no matter how we slice it. So like. I don't think it matters. I think you just trade characters here.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Well, he did rip a grenade launcher, so that helps.
Which I think is an irrelevant play.
If he attacks the plane, he has the potential to KO it. I mean, he's
gonna KO it anyway. He's gonna do a lot of damage. I think that's a wasted play.
All right. Well, without it, he would have been at 11, 12, 13. So he would have been at 14 without it. And then obviously Jempty flips 0. Uh-oh.
Oh, I just lost Jempty.
I think I heard that. And we're back. All right. So that was a gigantic attack to kill a plane.
Yeah, I mean, we knew we KO'd it regardless.
I'll be curious here if Jempty picks up that reflect.
I don't think. Well, I don't think represent.
It's still not bad to pick up for what it's worth.
It's like a bombing run at this point.
No, I mean. Oh, okay, good. Oh no, what is going on?
Just flickered. We're good.
Okay, and resuming. It's fine. I almost forgot to keep the clock going. Yeah. So this looks pretty simple. Like he's gonna get a crack back, and they're just gonna keep. Like flipping Perceptor and Horribull before they finally get to attack with the other, but that's I said. That's what I assume these games are always going to come down to.
There's no chance that you don't swing the Sky Shadow here, right?
You have to for what it's worth, because the bull can still just KO you. I mean, he only has one card in hand.
I know that's why I'm asking.
But you can't risk not getting the attack off, in my opinion.
I mean, you can if it's going to cost you the game, but I don't know that it matters.
I mean, I guess it depends on hand.
I mean, I think the problem here is that I don't think he's actually going to get there because he already lost both his double oranges in that massive other attack.
They're just showing off the start, so we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Showing off. Energon Axe will definitely get him there. Gaming Crash.
Gaming Crash, but he can't play the Gaming Crash.
No, but it's still okay. And then
he can put the gyro on Perceptor, obviously not on Sky Shadow. I mean, he can put it on Sky Shadow if he wanted to.
Yeah, so depending how these piles go, I mean, he could potentially afford to attack with Perceptor, but I doubt that's what happens.
I think you just split the axe and the Gaming Crash.
So yeah, he went actions up.
They're the only cards in a row.
And I imagine Jempty takes the upgrades here. Unless he has them in his hand, obviously. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. He already played the action, so.
Yeah, and he knows. He also knows that Cameron has a Viper position still in his hand.
Oh, right. The gyro is relevant. I mean, it's not irrelevant, so, I mean, like, you know.
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't flip here. I think that's a mistake also, because if he swings the Sky Shadow and gets him out of combat, I'd rather just have the 2 defense.
I mean, that's fair. I think it's just a matter of what if these plays sequence out how I think they're going to. His Perceptor will be able to flip next turn and still KO the Ominous.
Oh yeah, I guess that's fair.
Well, actually, no. He's actually going to get two more flips, actually. More than likely. As long as Cameron doesn't steal an attack, he will. So that's 11. 2. Does he somehow survive? He should have 11 attack. -2 is 9. There's no way it's more than that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So like if these play out how we assume they're going to play out, then that Perceptor is actually going to be able to flip 2 more times. So that's the reason why I think you do it.
Right. That's right. I forgot about the Ominous. Right. Okay. Well, I guess, yeah. Because I guess it depends on... I don't even know what's in his hand at this point. I just know he has the gyro. I don't know what else he has.
He has a ton of cards in his hand still, so...
Yeah, see, I don't know if the flip matters then. That's why I think the 2...
I mean, it still matters. It matters just
if he KOs him outside of combat here. If he KOs him outside of combat here, it's going to be a problem.
I mean, probably not, because he's still just going to send Ominous anyway. You know? Like, he's not going to send the ball.
Yeah, I don't think that the Horribull is that big, much bigger of an attacker than the Ominous would be in this situation anyway, but...
Right.
Yeah, this is why. These situations are where I really like one shell stand in these decks, but
yeah, I think the Perceptor decks could very easily be splashing 1. I don't know that the Horribull decks can afford it, but it's possible.
No, that's fine. That's fine. They don't need it. The Kami and Grab is essentially the same thing.
Yeah, basically. But I think the Perceptor decks could easily splash 1 of somewhere.
I mean, because he's already flipped twice.
Mm-hmm.
And one more flip, I think, would almost mathematically guarantee you would have gotten it unless you flipped it already. So
yeah. All right, so that's that. He doesn't play anything. I mean, don't get wrong. This is fine, unless he doesn't flip an orange. If he didn't flip an orange,
double orange.
yeah.
He flipped double orange.
If he didn't flip an orange, that would have been a real feels bad.
No, he was there anyway because he has 2 pierced whatever. So he's there.
Oh, he has 18. I thought he only had 17 on him. That's why.
Yeah, he's 18, so he's fine. He's there.
It's the Spire Master's ruse potentially here, and he definitely has some secret actions to play. Because I don't think he's played 1 yet. I think he still has the end hostilities. So I definitely think you can see him picking up this ruse here.
Does it matter? Like, can he just play 1 every single turn? Like, do you really think it's going to matter?
I mean, it might not, but you never know. He could always save it for a rainy day. He also still has the Reflect as well. There's that reprocess that you complained about a couple turns ago.
I just think he shouldn't have gotten it over the knowing he could have got a card out of his hand. That's all.
Yeah.
Notice it's still not doing anything. I might add.
Oh, I agree.
I mean, he can reprocess his own stuff. Like that might be the best. That might be the best use of it.
Sometimes it happens. Yeah. So here we are again, just flipping.
Yeah. That's fair. Which does nothing.
Yeah, that card's pretty bad right now.
Showing off. So at this point, I think you actually put the gyro on the Ominous to guarantee the KO, right?
If you don't have another way to do it, I think you have to do that, yes.
So he's going to KO the Ominous regardless of what he gets here, right?
Most likely. I mean, for what it's worth, he can also put the Staggering Might on it and get it as well. So.
Oh yeah, sure. That's true.
It's totally a thing. I mean, that's actually not a bad flip for him. The Brainstorm, he has a ton of cards in his hand. He could probably do some damage with it. I mean,
so the axe and the showing off are the relevant cards, so I think you just split them.
Oh yeah, I agree. Looks like he's going axe with showing off, or
I don't know. I think he's just asking what the cards are.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he has so many cards in his hand that like going actions upgrades here is not correct. And I guess this is fine. It looks like he's just gonna take showing off might. And I said this could just easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And like that brainstorm can definitely do some interesting damage. Because honestly, you still might want to put the ruse down, or put a reflect down with the ruse, because like just in case he does have like Cambion Crash or something like that, and he has a way to KO this Ominous out of combat, you need that protection field, I think. So I could see a turn like that.
So he has both his plays still. So he still has the gyro he can play on Ominous.
Yeah. So here comes a
brainstorm. He's
brainstorm.
gonna get a lot of action plays. Okay.
So he
plays secret action without the ruse.
Yeah. So there's double secrets. Yeah. I imagine that one's the reflect. And like I said, Cameron doesn't have a counter espionage main, so like he has no way to interact with either of these things.
Oh, I don't like. No, this is a mistake. You put the gyro on the Ominous.
Yeah, I think it's tough.
I think you take the KO when it's offered to you.
Yeah, I mean, like, he doesn't get it. And I'm not saying that that's like the end of the world type thing. But it's definitely not what you want it.
I mean, the best case scenario at this point is just a damage to yourself with a Cambion Crash. We'll get rid of it, but I think either way, like, I wouldn't. So he doesn't get the reflex circuits.
He still has that sparring gear. If he needs it.
I think I'd rather have the reflex circuits. Horribull is melee, right?
Yep.
I think I'd rather have the reflex circuits.
They actually both are. The Ominous is as well.
Yeah, I think then I'd definitely rather have the...
I think that's a hold the line.
It's the only secret action I think
right, yeah, hold the line, yeah.
Which I guess reduces the amount of damage he'll do to what, like
10.
11 or something? 10 or 11?
It's 10, yeah. He can reduce it to 10. Which is, I mean, it's not bad. He's not going to be able to KO Horribull like that.
Yeah, it's true.
But the thing is, it's going to depend on what he does here. But this was my worry here. I mean, like, he obviously just stays in this mode, and he's just going to most likely KO. Wow. He didn't reveal any secret actions. Interesting. So he gets the 6. Jempty gets to 4 and lives? Wow.
That's crazy.
That's pretty sweet.
I don't understand what the... So...
I'm not sure.
It must be the reflect damages under the Bumblebee and the end hostilities. This must be the reflect damage. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I would. Well, I guess he just values the end hostilities more, but I don't know.
Interesting.
I mean, it's fine. I mean,
yeah. All right. So, I mean, once again, like Jempty knows that has to be hold the line, but obviously, you still want to swing for $1 billion. You're at 3. You're at 12 to start here. So.
He's gonna play no cards here. I don't understand.
I don't know that he needs to. I think he is also contemplating just KOing the Ominous.
I mean, if he plays no cards here, then the lack of gyro play from before is definitely wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I think you definitely play a gyro still. I mean, there's still plenty of other plays to be made.
I mean, he knows he has to play for position in hand still.
Right. Oh, so he plays a bashing shield.
Did he pitch the sparring here at some point?
It's possible.
I mean, the bashing shield still gets rid of whatever it's called, increased durability or whatever. So I mean, it's not worthless.
Yeah, it looks like he's just gonna attack the Ominous here.
Yeah, this is not a format that's forgiving, so I think these little mistakes might add up.
Yeah. I mean, like because there's no way that the Horribull doesn't KO the Ominous out of combat.
Right. Exactly.
Like that's just gonna happen.
But he has to use it though. I mean, so like it represents an. Oh, wow, weird. I don't.
Wait, he attacked the Horribull? Why would he do that?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. So that was a weird line of play there.
These last 2 turns, I just don't agree with the plays at all.
I guess I'm curious on what unless it's not the end hostilities and something else that he's holding down there. It's definitely not another reflect because he just flipped his second one.
If he doesn't have direct damage in his hand,
I guess
this
it
is
could
gonna
be stable cover.
terrible. This is gonna be terrible for him.
Right. I mean, literally, all Cameron has to do is flip and move a damage, and then just get Pierce 4.
Right.
I mean, like I said, maybe that's a stable cover, and maybe that's why he did it that way. But I still don't necessarily like that play. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. The big problem is Cameron shouldn't have an ominous. So like, this should be in a situation where it's like Horribull swings on Perceptor.
Yeah.
But that's not what's happening. So I don't understand. Well,
and he moves the damage to Perceptor. Okay, this is a super awkward line of plays here.
I don't understand anything that's going on.
And Cameron hasn't played a card in like 3 turns either. So he's just been.
He already flipped.
No, I know. I'm saying.
Already flipped.
Yeah.
He made a mistake. He knows it.
Okay, he's saying that he wanted to target the ominous.
Whoa.
Gotcha. All right, so that gives him 4 Pierce 4 now, because he's a melee character.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right, so this is probably a stable cover. No, it's an hostility. Okay, so that's...
Which doesn't do anything.
It prevents him from getting more Pierce, but that's about it. So he
doesn't do anything.
It keeps him to 4 damage instead of getting to 5, is what it did.
But he has 2 defense.
No, he has the Pierce 4.
He has 3 defense. He has 3 defense.
He has Pierce 4.
Right, so the extra oranges weren't going to matter.
No, it does if it goes to Pierce 5. So he saved himself 1 damage with that.
Sure. Yeah, I guess.
The only thing I can hope for now is if he just has a... If he has a armed hovercraft, that would be like his best out.
And he's in alt mode now?
Right. Like, so if he would have to flip and then have...
So the gyro that should have been played many turns ago?
Yeah. I don't think it's possible for his character to live. I imagine that he did pick up the reflect there, so he has the reflect to get through, but I don't know.
So he can stop one of the horrible damage with a reflect, right?
He can stop a trigger of the horrible damage, yes.
Is that gonna be good enough?
I mean, hard to say. So, like, that's a ping damage, I imagine.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, he's going to reflect here because... Yeah. Like, if he could just easily miss the next spot, but it's going to...
Oh, yeah. You take a guarantee, obviously.
Right. It'll be a feels bad if he has the crash, but it's the way to do it,
He should still have the fight for a position from, like, turn 1, right?
Right, but that doesn't do anything other than just zap. Because
I know, but I'm saying, like, he should. Oh, right. That's right. It won't do anything because of the gyro.
Yeah.
This is just like a bunch of comedy of errors back and forth.
So 4, 5, 6. He's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's basically just gonna be the pierce damage most likely. If that's the case, that's pretty good for him, which is the case.
Well, I think it happens to be the same.
So 7 to 5, so he takes 2.
No, it's 5, 6, 7, 8, because the thingy, the capsule thing is +1.
So he takes 3. Okay.
Yeah. Did the reflect save him? I don't even know what hit points he has on.
He has 14, so yeah. Yeah, the reflect did save him. Mattered.
Yeah. Why isn't Cameron untapped?
They did. Yeah, they're getting there.
Should he have? He shouldn't have untapped.
Yeah,
that's
right.
Both
untapped.
He attacked with microscope mode. I forgot he attacked with microscope mode.
Yeah.
All right. There's no way he doesn't KO him here. So like.
Oh yeah, no, the Horribull's dead. It's gonna come down to if Cameron has a way to KO this out of combat.
which we know he doesn't because we know it's Viper position.
We're pretty sure it's Viper position, yeah. But this, yeah, he's like, so that's actually interesting there. He heals himself, which it takes him out of like Kami and Crash range. No, yes, it takes him out of Kami and Crash range. So he actually, I don't think it's possible for Cameron to KO him now.
It is with the Viper position, which he now is live.
No, that's fine because that means you get the last attack back. He just can't be KO'd out of combat.
Which head is Jempty using?
Briscoe.
Which is the 3 attack, 2 defense one?
Yeah.
3 attack, 2 hit points.
Yeah, it has the potential to get there.
But if it doesn't, it's over.
Oh yeah, I agree. I mean,
so it's going to come down. Oh, it's going to come down to that. It's going to come down to, does he have a way of pumping this Briscoe?
Yeah, like does he have a grenade launcher?
Yeah, because Axe won't be live. So, is he melee? Is Javelin? Well, Javelin either way is +2. So, Javelin should get there also.
Really?
This is irrelevant. Yeah, all these, any upgrade play by Cameron was relevant.
Yeah.
So. I guess not. I guess he could defend Bruno, technically.
So he's at what, 7? And Jempty has
2.
3?
3. So take 4.
Yeah.
So I guess without the thing, does he? Without the. Just curious if the javelin mattered, but it doesn't. Really
I mean, it doesn't
matter,
go away, so like it's not like it's hurting him any.
No, I was just curious.
Yeah.
So do you agree with Briscoe over the hit point one? Oh, Briscoe is the hit point.
He is the hit point one.
Or is I thought it was like +1 attack one. Yeah, right. So he's a 3/2, right?
Yeah.
And yeah. Okay, that's exactly the card I thought he would have.
Yep. Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's gonna be like his own piece. His own. That's a +1.
That's a +3.
And that's a +2. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he needed it.
Well, he got there. There you go.
Game 1 goes to Jempty.
Heads and javelins and belligerences and oh my.
Yeah, he won by having just, again, like we said, like Cameron never really ran out of cards, but kind of ran out of like.
It ran again.
There's a couple turns there where he didn't really play anything of value.
He didn't play a card for 3 turns, I believe.
Yeah. So exactly what we thought would happen happened, where Jempty just outlasted him by having. It's not card advantage; it's just having plays. Period. So.
Hour and 32 minutes left of the round, guys. Good luck. Yeah, lots of head-on-head collisions there.
I mean, they were very minor mistakes, but they do add up over time. And like, but I mean, I've said this recorded before. Like, I do believe that blue decks give you ways to play out of mistakes because you survive.
Right.
Like a mistake in an aggro deck, and you're just done because you just don't have the time to come back.
Yeah, I mean, and this that game played into kind of how we talked about beforehand, where Jempty had the early security checkpoint, and no, he didn't hit a relevant upgrade with the checkpoint, but he still hit one, and then Cameron,
right?
Yeah, he hit a card. So like Cameron went, most of the game. I think he only played 2 upgrades, maybe 3 upgrades to that entire sequence. Like that's just what happens if you don't have the extra draw powers in the deck.
So Cameron chose to go first. I still think it's right that you want to go second as the aggro deck. You have no chance of KOing anybody here.
I think because Jempty is blue, you definitely don't. Unless your hand is like, has like the Kami and Crash and the weapon like to deal 5 damage out of combat. That's about your only shot. But I do agree that I think for Cameron, he has a much better shot of KOing something going second. But what it does, I mean, and the thing here is, Jempty's not going to send this plane first no matter what, probably. If that is the attack,
Right.
It looks like he went to
the tank,
though. So he actually goes into the tank. But he gets,
which I guess is fine.
He gets Pierce whatever, so it looks like he's going to deal 4 damage at least.
Yeah.
We'll see if Jempty picks up this Spire Master's Ruse. I imagine he will.
I mean, it's Blaster, so he's going to it.
Yeah.
So I don't think you just swing with this plane here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not, to be honest. Like, the tank doesn't have the extra bold. You know, you're kind of...
Turn one showing off.
That's a good start. End hostility, staggering might, fusion bore, and hold the line.
So the fusion bore and the end hostility are the two relevant cards. The other two are pretty irrelevant. Although hold the line, I'd probably take whichever one hold the line goes to if he does a 2-2 slit. Because I don't think either one of the two good cards is better than another.
Mm-hmm.
I think in hostilities is better, but I mean they're both. I don't like that.
Man, he went actions upgrades. Interesting.
I don't like that at all. Although I would have. Now I don't. I mean, he must have other secret actions in his hand or other actions in his hand.
It's definitely possible. I mean the cards he picks up were, the staggering might in this game might have a little bit more play that he got it earlier. So there's that to live by, but.
Camera's back.
Yeah, it's weird. He keeps flickering. So he gets up to 6 attack. So it's going to deal 4 damage here. So
Cameron might have to move cards back a little bit, unless it's me. Well, it might be me. Yeah, never mind. I can see.
Okay.
I'll move the chat window again.
Right. Like, whoops.
He did move his cards up like me, but.
Yeah, you do it all the time. You just attack me with your cards.
I know. He was pulling a me, but nonetheless. So he did take the reflect for something. Right. I don't know what.
He got rid of the staggering
for the staggering might.
Yeah.
For the staggering might.
So next turn, I definitely think you'll see the ruse go down with the reflect to guard him up. Which that 3 damage will matter this game.
Oh yeah, definitely. So we don't know anything about Cameron's hand, so
we get to throw some rocks.
Mm-hmm.
I like throwing rocks. We'll see where he goes with the damage.
Probably back to the plate again, I would think.
Yeah, I'm not sure he can KO this plane with that tank, but
he can't.
I imagine that's where it goes. Yeah. Okay, so increased durability on the tank.
Yep.
Yeah, and then there's a good chance that this attack will just be probably for Pierce for the most part.
So he does get the Bolt of Lightning turn.
Mm-hmm.
For playing cards.
Yeah, seems okay.
Plus the one from Rock Dolls. Tank and a plane probably will do 2, period.
He should get the... Yeah, he gets a 6 Pierce too. Yeah. Actually, he'll get the 4 damage. There's no blue slip there.
Huh.
So that's really good for him.
So now...
Like, he set up... I mean, he doesn't have a ranged character to throw the javelin, but now he has that set up play if we get there.
Well, he has 3 cards in hand, so I think there's no chance the plane survives inside combat here.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree. It'll just be a matter if the Horribull can get the job done.
Well, you mean on the Sky Shadow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another showing off. Counter espionage. Gyro. Bigger they are.
And bigger they are. So I guess, we have to assume he has playable actions in his hand because he took the pile with the 2 upgrades. So,
right.
If I'm Cameron, I think you don't value the showing off as much as you usually do because knowing that he should have a fistful of everything. But
yeah, and we know he doesn't have the brainstorm because he flipped it on the first attack of the game. So, if he's gonna set the ruse this turn, then he's not gonna be able to showing off this turn.
Yeah. I think you just don't put the bigger they are and showing off together. The other 2 don't matter to me.
Yeah, the counter espionage doesn't really do anything against you, so you don't really value that at all. Yeah, this seems right.
Does the bigger they are help the tank? Obviously, I know it helps the tank get the plane, but like
I think it just matters later in the game. But he went with the showing off gyro pile.
I think he's just going to try to get himself big enough to KO in one shot. So he's going to reflect. He's going to play the Spy Masters into reflect here, and he's going to play some upgrade.
Yeah.
I don't even think you go for the plane here. I think...
So the only reason why I would consider going for the plane would be if you can get 3 damage on, the reflect can actually kill the plane.
There'll be no reflect. They won't become Sky Shadow.
No, it will. Oh, I guess I mean later on, but yeah. No, that's fair.
So I think the increased durability is a problem here.
All right, so he's just gonna go with the secret. So I guess he's just under the assumption that his character is gonna get KO'd. He doesn't need the ruse. So fusion bore, so that puts him to 7. 7. So he flips an orange. If he goes into the plane and he flips an orange, he can get the plane.
If that's the case, then why wouldn't... I don't understand why you wouldn't ruse here. Are you just like hoping you get there?
Well, he got there.
Not getting?
If he attacked the plane, he got there because he gets to 8.
I mean, counter put his cards there, so I assume so. If this is a reflect, he's just a luck sack, to be honest with you.
I mean, I can't imagine he played anything else.
See, the problem is I think the increased durability here is very, very live here. It is a reflect.
Yeah, it looks like it is.
God, what a luck sack.
Hey, better to be lucky than good sometimes. Better to be lucky than good. I mean, he definitely knew the odds. Like, there is, I think, 8 or 9 oranges in the list, so if you just ran through the numbers.
Yeah. I get it. I get it. I just don't get why you just don't ruse it out.
Because he didn't need to. That was the point. He knew he was going to get there.
Right. He knew he was going to get there.
I'm just saying, all right? He had confidence that he was going to get there.
I mean, it looks like he still has 2 cards in hand. I can't tell how many it is.
It might be. I think it's more than 2. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like I said, this character is definitely dead out of combat, and now he could just lose his Sky Shadow to a Sky Shadow attack, which is the only thing I don't like about it.
Because it's going to be 14.
Right.
Damage, yeah.
Right. And, like, that's the big thing, is that if this Sky Shadow is able to KO out of combat, then that's the bigger problem.
So he has to have, if he has Fusion Borer and
he just needs...
If he has Fusion...
Yeah, he just needs
he has Fusion Borer...
2 black actions.
Yeah. but specifically, if one of them is Fusion Borer, then he's going to have a really good chance of actually KOing the other Sky Shadow.
It does look like Cameron's in the tank, so maybe it's not as simple.
You just can't play 2 cards.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can't, you know? That's what I said, without the draw, sometimes it's not there. So another increased durability.
Does he play 2 or 3 of those?
He plays 2 increased durability and 1 enhanced power cell.
Okay. I actually like durability for control decks as well. Over a lot of armors.
Yeah,
but I really like it here as well.
All right, so I don't think he has it then. I think he split. I don't think he has the second.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't have it for sure.
He actually went 1 to PerCeptor there. Oh, that's interesting. Why would he do that? Oh,
because he's just gonna KO in combat, so he doesn't really care.
It looks like it's very confusing now. Da, da, da.
I mean, I'm confused, but I think they're just deciding.
Okay, let me a second.
It's gonna be take back. It's gonna be a take back.
Yeah, it's all good. Checking How much damage did the plane have on it?
Okay.
At the beginning of the turn. Okay.
At the beginning of the turn, Dan?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
That's what we were
So
worried
then,
about.
if it has 8 damage on it, don't put the damage on PerCeptor. Put it on the plane.
Okay, so
Yeah.
then put it on the plane. Got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry about that.
We're coming back. Bink. Okay. Yeah, so he is going to get the KO out of combat here.
So his own taking a while to think is what made this more difficult.
Yeah.
Because he had the 2 cards. And now his Sky Shadow is going to KO his Sky Shadow in all likelihood. Unless he has an amazing defensive flip.
That's going to be a big, big attack.
And not a big defense. 4.
Yeah, there's no way he survived that.
No.
He probably has Pierce 6, to be honest, just looking at it.
There are a lot of cards there.
Yeah.
And he starts with Pierce 4, so yes. Yeah. It's definitely a Pierce 6 for sure. So does he have... that Sky Shadow is just way too much health.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine... Did he pick the reprocess up there? I feel like you have to.
I don't know. Should have. But...
I mean, the good news here is that like you do have a full health Perceptor still, so you can afford to run Ominous in, deal your 4 damage, and then KO Sky Shadow with Perceptor, and then like you're only worried about an Ominous crackback. So like as long as the Ominous can live through and not die out of combat, I think you're okay. But I don't know that's gonna be the case.
Yeah, I think you just... If he plays a weapon, I think you just allow Perceptor to take some damage and hope... I think you just... Well, I mean, I guess the Ominous, if he gets KO'd out of combat, he gets KO'd out of combat no matter how you slice it.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that I think you just take that.
I don't like the showing off here.
I mean, if you don't have anything, you don't have anything. he like he definitely needs to get some type of stuff going on. Looks like we might have lost him again.
He's frozen. No, he's good.
Okay. Bashing shield, sparring gear, handheld blaster, heavy-handed. Heavy-handed's a lot less good now. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
I mean, the +2 attack is actually just like that might just be good enough for what it's worth, just to get your 4 damage. But he can't also play another action this turn.
No, isn't
so the bashing shield? Yeah, the bashing shield is the better play for sure, just to get rid of increased durability.
Yeah, so I just feel like the Ominous attack here is just wasted.
I mean, I guess he can. Maybe you can. Maybe you can just flip your Perceptor here, play a Bashing Shield, and KO the Sky Shadow.
I think it's what you have to do.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Because you can't sink 2 attacks into him, so like, what are you getting out of it?
Right. I mean, he's at 9 attack to start, so like 9 minus 2 is 7. That's good. That's Exacxies, if that's the way you go.
This is what I would. Yeah, that's exactly. And that's what I would do.
That's what you have to do, I think.
And he's there with the...
Yeah, he got it. Like, he had it with just the natural. Once again, Cameron has no blues in his deck, so there's no saving him there. And now he's gonna take 2 attacks on that Perceptor more than likely. But what can you do? Now I do think here Cameron should probably do about the same, where he should probably attack with the Horribull instead of the Ominous to protect the Ominous from being KO'd by the other Ominous.
I agree. So
I think like that's definitely the route he should take here.
I think he's just going to KO the other ominous outside of combat, and then then it doesn't even matter. Guess not.
I find it hard. Yeah, I mean, I guess he's not playing actions at all, which is wild, but
I think you should damage the ominous here. I think you should try to play for this long run, kill him at some point outside of combat instead of putting random damage on Perceptor.
Yeah, I can definitely see that line of thinking.
He has 3 cards, man. I can't fathom this at all. I don't understand. I don't understand this at all.
So mallet missiles. And
it's another orange card, obviously. But...
that's a secret action.
Okay. Or hold the line.
Hold the line, yeah.
Which is irrelevant.
I mean, it's just gonna hold his ominous to 3 damage, which it might not get more than that anyway. So he gets the heal 1.
I guess I don't like that play at all.
So he gets what? He's up to. I can't see that card. I think it's a grenade launcher, but I'm not positive. 5, maybe. Yeah, so 6.
Yeah.
Thank you for putting the shadow on there for me, Cameron.
6 with low pierce, right?
1. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's defending for 2, at least.
Oh, 2 more. 3,
3
4, 5. So
it takes the 1 anyway.
That's not bad. It's kind of what you want.
I think you better make a Facebook post about how those blue decks just don't have a chance against these orange black decks.
They have absolutely no chance, guys.
You better go make a Facebook post about it.
I'm not going to. Thanks for taking my train of thought there, Scott. Yeah, so he's gonna flip here. He's gonna see a bunch of more cards. Perceptor's gonna get even bigger at this point. And I guess that's the fear, right? Like the Perceptor's.
This is why the hold the line play so bad.
Right. But because like the Perceptor is gonna get the flip again, and then like next turn he can just reflip Perceptor. He's gonna probably he's gonna have a real good shot at KOing that Horribull.
Why did he play the secret action first? I don't understand that. I assume that's a secret action. I don't know.
No, it's a secret action. My guess is that it's probably a stable cover. The stable cover is probably like there's no better card to play than that on this turn, so that'd be my guess.
So we obviously split the 2 playables with the 2.
Yeah.
Security check.
That seems okay. I think you take Javelin here, right?
Well, he already played the secret action, so I mean, yeah, you take the one with the Javelin.
Yeah, I mean, like he doesn't have a weapon yet, so I can't imagine, because even if he wants to, he can also put the Javelin on Ominous. I don't think he will do that, but I think that's the way you go, because the Javelin, that's even more guaranteed damage on his Perceptor attack next turn to KO this bull.
Yeah, I mean, if he had held the hold the line, this game might be different.
Right. All right. I mean, in Jempty, once again, Jempty knows that that's the only secret action in his deck. So, like, the moment that he sets the secret action, it's like, okay, like, I just don't buff my Ominous.
Yeah. Weird.
Okay. I mean, that does represent more damage than the Javelin does.
Yeah.
2 Pierce 5. All right, well, it's not a stable cover down there. I can say that much. I mean, it could be another Reflect, though, too. Like, once again, that saves your Ominous. If that was the play for Cameron. If the play was the KO that Ominous out of combat, a Reflect will keep his guy alive.
Yes, that would be a good play.
All right, so we start with, and there it is. If it's a Reflect, this is going to be really good. Oh, I love it. Yes. Yes.
Wait.
So you
see.
Basically both triggers go on the stack, and he would choose to deal the 2 damage.
But where did he choose to put the 1 damage for the Camion Crash? What if he chose to put it on the Ominous?
Which it looks like he did.
Then you just KO the Ominous, right? There's no way Ominous can wind up with 2. See, I don't like the way this went down. Like, I bet you there was...
Yeah, I don't...
I'm not saying anybody, like... Yeah.
I guess it's curious on exactly where that goes.
Right. Like, if he would have said, I came in crash 1 to my Ominous, 2 to your Ominous,
yeah,
then, like, you can really be like, gotcha.
Right.
But if he went, like, 1 to my Horribull, like, how does... Yeah, I don't know. I know it's probably not that big of a deal, but, like, it is kind of that big of a deal. Like, it's kind of like the way the hiding spot thing works, like, you can, quote, trick somebody into attacking,
Right.
It's kind of like that. Yeah, Stefan agrees. Like, that's what happened, basically. So he bashes the bash.
Yeah. Now, do you just take the Ominous here?
Yeah, I think so. I don't see why not.
Yeah. Interesting. I agree. If he makes the misfortune play of putting the damage on Ominous, like, that's mega blowout.
Right.
But, like, so this Horribull has 10, or no, does it have 14 health left? I think it might have 14 health left.
Oh, with the increased durability, right.
So if you're at, oh, that's a good start. Okay.
I don't like that play.
I mean, I don't know that he can one-shot the Horribull here.
With 2 more damage, you might be able to.
I think I'm okay with this conservativeness, to be honest.
So he's an 11, 12, 15 with the Pierce doesn't matter. So
Right.
15.
So he'll get to do 13 damage here, which I guess the crash would have been enough.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably GG with the crash, yeah.
Are we wrong? Is he KO'd anyway?
Oh, I guess he
Can we not do math? I don't know.
we might
It's hard
not be able to
tell.
do math. 3, 6, 7, 15. At 15, by my count, 15 minus 2 is
13.
13 plus 4 is 17.
Okay, it was exact, so we were off by 1.
Okay.
That makes it better.
Okay.
If he knew he had to flip nothing, then yeah.
Then I'm good. Yeah, I'm totally good with it then.
Oh right, he has 1 defense in that mode. I forgot he only has 1 defense.
Oh, that's what it was. I was counting the 2 defense. Fair enough.
Yeah, so was I.
Fair enough.
This game's over.
All right, so they're gonna call.
And Cameron gets
Okay, cool. All right, so that is
impressive.
up 2-0 for Jempty. All right.
So now we get side. Counter espionage. And let's start there. I would bring in end hostilities, both hollow matter projectors, which I really like that he has in here, and the sabotage armaments. And the stable cover. So I would bring in 5 cards.
Yeah.
So I would take out.
I think you take
sparring
out
gear.
You take out sparring gear. You take out staggering might.
Yep.
Honestly,
yeah.
you can probably take out one of the belligerences.
Yep. Agreed.
And
You can take out the counter espionage.
Yeah. I mean, like, it just does nothing. So you definitely take that out too.
Does hold the line do anything? Take that out.
Yeah. You take a hold the line out. So that would be your 5 cards. And then, yeah, I think that's it. You just, the tripwire is not going to come in.
No.
So yeah, it's the two projectors, the sabotage, the stable cover, and the end hostilities. Yeah, that's the way I would go.
Yeah, I don't think you don't need the enforcements on either.
And for Cameron's side, I think Cameron brings in 6 cards potentially. I think he brings in both belligerents, both counter espionage, the dissemble, and the pocket processor. For me personally, I would take out the RR disruptor blades. I just don't think they're that good in this matchup whatsoever.
Fair. Yep. Fair.
I take out the hold line. That's also useless. As much as I want to take the reprocess out, I don't know that you can. So, like, I think you have to, like, trim down your precision fires or your rock tosses or something like that to make this worse, because I just don't think there's anything else you can take out. The only other card you could take out is maybe Escape Capsule, but I don't know that you can do that.
Yeah, there becomes a limit as to how many you can actually take out.
Right. But I definitely think you need those 6 cards to come in my opinion. So it's
2 belligerents, 2 counter espionage,
1 dissemble, and 1 pocket processor. I mean, we saw him strapped. I mean, he wasn't as strapped, but the problem is that his plays were inefficient. So, like, that pocket processor, if he can get it out early and make it stick, at least he's going to have more efficient turns. I mean, and for what it's worth, we saw last night on stream what Christian was able to do with his early pocket processors, and he had, just everything he could possibly hope and dream for.
Yeah, I think if you're bringing in the disassemble for the reprocess, I think that's just a mistake in main deck, one or the other personally, but
yeah, which, I mean, he did say that in his interview. So
okay,
he did say that he wished either he had it flip flopped or if he just had 2 disassembles. So it looks like Cameron opted to tell him to go first this time.
Wow, we're still deciding what the sideboard. They're like already starting. Our bad.
That's cool. It's cool.
So he kept the reprocess in, which I don't like.
I mean, like, he does at the end of the day with the enhanced power cells and the increased durabilities and stuff like that. It does represent a potential, like, quote unquote deal 2 damage. So I think I'm okay with it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, like, I'm not exactly positive what he took out over that, but there's other cards that are acceptable.
So we'll see if he brought in the second stable cover, because there's
He
one of them right
definitely
now
did.
already.
100%.
I mean,
that's a good start.
yeah,
I
definitely.
hear K-Mean crashes are good.
So you put it on the tank, I guess. Being the blue deck, I would think so.
Yeah, I may as well, right?
So I think this comes down to if he has belligerents in hand, which, never mind, he probably doesn't. I don't swing with the plane. But if he doesn't have belligerents in hand, then I swing with if he has belligerents in hand, I swing with the tank, is my point.
Oh, yeah, sure, I see what you're saying.
Just to spread the damage, yeah.
Well, he picks up a couple of loose, so he gets the 4.
There's a lot of blacks there.
That's
so
a
it's
good-
probably
that's
going to
a-
be like...
It's a good Pierce number.
It's at least Pierce equal to the base attack.
I think
so
it's 5. I think he has Pierce 5 there.
Yeah, it's 4 or 5. I can't tell. So it's whatever that is. So it looks like 5, yeah.
Oh,
No, it's
4.
4.
Okay.
So he needs another K-Mean crowd. Well, no, he just needs 2 card plays and a flip, so he can take that tank out outside of combat, but at least he'll get both of his attackers. This is again. See what happens here. Yeah, there's a second stable cover.
Yep.
You're right.
Fusion bore. Take cover. And okay, so yeah, he gets some gas there, and
The gyro that we wouldn't have left in. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's great a lot of the times. Oh, okay, he's back. It's weird.
He probably just didn't bring in as many cards as we said to. That's all.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. So we went actions upgrades. I mean, if he takes the fusion bore here, depending on what his action play for turn is, he has a chance that he could KO the plane.
Oh yeah, sure.
So, I mean, it would depend on what is in Jempty's hand if he can value that. If not, I think he has to take the take cover.
Yes, agreed. But he has to have the defense. I think. Which one's more important if you don't have like a way to deal? Well, like
if he doesn't have the KO, I think you need to have those. But even now, like, I guess if he has it, he's just gonna take the 3 damage probably, and he's just gonna be like, all right, I'll just eat that 3 damage.
Yeah. What do you think of take cover?
I think it's. I mean, honestly, with all the magnetic rays and precision fires and everything running around, it eats all those cards alive. So, like, if you just Spymaster's Ruse that, you might end up preventing 4 damage with it.
I mean, I know he has three anti-direct damage things in total, but like, do you think if you're not playing that many of them?
Oh,
there we go.
There you go. So that's an interesting. Okay. So now he's saying, no, you have to attack my tank. Okay, I can get behind that.
With 3 defense and a bunch of other things.
Yeah.
See, I think. Well, I mean,
now this is more interesting because now he plays that and he took the upgrade. So like now it's like, and he doesn't even play an action for turn. Now it makes me feel that like he should have went the other way with that. Like I don't.
I think he's just playing for the longer game at this point. To damage the guys individually, like I mean, auto KO one.
That's fine, but I think if that were the case, I'd want that stable cover and that take cover because that means like my next two plays could have just been that. You know, like all right, I'll stable cover this turn and prevent a bunch of damage, and then I'll take cover next turn because I'm going to KO your guy. You know.
Yeah, not getting a.
Did he not do anything?
Not getting a. Yeah, he took 2.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah, not getting like an extra attack here from the Sky Shadow. Well, I mean, he probably has PTT in hand. Let's be honest.
I mean, that's very possible. That's always possible.
I think he does.
All right, so there's that pocket processor. That's not bad.
Which is gonna do work, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's very important in this matchup. All right, so he gets the Gaming Crash. I'm sure.
So he would have had the KO. He would have had the KO.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that would have been an insane turn.
Uh-huh.
It's still 5 damage total, or 4 damage total.
Yeah, so he's gonna just shoot the plane now.
You can move the one to the tank if you really want to.
Yeah. But he's not gonna KO the plane, so he's probably just gonna move it to the plane, in my opinion. And then like maybe he can get there with his tank attack if he gets Pierce 3.
I think you move it to the tank.
Yeah, see, I actually think you're right because if you don't get Pierce 3 here on your tank attack, then you're gonna feel real bad again.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he just goes into the plane and says, "I'm just gonna spread the damage."
Yeah, there was obviously a limit on the damage he was going to do this turn because he played the pocket processor, but
so
not that it was wrong.
5,
but like
6 Pierce 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's just gonna take Pierce 1.
I mean, moving the 1 wouldn't have gotten him, but I mean, I still probably would have done it, but. Because it gets him in the long run. Like, it gets him, like, the next time this flip happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, Pierce 1.
It's a tremendous amount.
Yeah. Looks like he's deciding on a green that we can't see. The bashing shield.
It was a bashing shield.
Okay.
Yeah. The bashing shield gets rid of the hollow matter projector, which puts him back into the KO outside of combat range.
Right.
Which I think is like the perfect time that you want to do that. So if I'm PerCeptor here, I'm actually going to swing at the tank personally.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Try to put spread damage around.
It's kind of weird to like this game is playing out much different than the others.
This is playing more like a regular blue deck would play against it.
Right.
Yeah. So we don't know. What did you said he took the fusion borer, so we know he has a fusion borer.
Yeah.
What was the other card? Something irrelevant.
Gyro Blaster, right?
Oh, right, okay. You could take out his tough.
So you're looking at 3, 5, 8 if he went that route. So 8 would be enough to KO the plane.
Which I wouldn't do, but
I would only do it if I had.
If you play the reflect.
Yeah,
he has the reflect. Yeah, he got the reflect
right.
back.
So like that's. I guess I would take that route then.
But Sky Shadow's a May, right? Doesn't he just not do it then?
No, it is not a May. He has to do it.
Okay.
That's why it's so good. That's why the reflect's so powerful. Because you can't just be like, oh, I'm just going to forget my trigger. Like, no, you can't forget your trigger.
Yeah, okay. That's really good. So, yeah, that would be... Yeah, you're right. So he would go to what? You said 8, right?
Yeah.
8 with some Pierce. So 8 would take... Yeah, 8 would be exact.
It would be exact, right?
And then the 3 more would go... I don't know where, but like whatever.
He'd probably just shoot...
Back on the Sky Shadow?
He'd probably just shoot the Sky Shadow, yeah.
But then can your PerCeptor survive?
At a full health, I think so. Especially if he's going to, like, double down here. because that's
If
definitely
this
the
has to
reflect.
be, yeah, and this has to be.
Oh, it's a
like,
PTT. Okay.
this is gonna be complicated. So he PTT'd the tank, the one with the hollow matter projector. Is that right? It's less damage, I
It's
guess.
less
Like
damage.
way less damage.
It's
So,
way
yeah.
less damage, and I think that's okay.
All
So
right.
he's gonna get now. I mean, this is the same scenario here, except his Perceptor ends up not being exposed.
No, he will be eventually.
Right, but he gives himself a chance to KO the bigger Sky Shadow. Because like
So
that,
now-
so that's 11. So the 11, this is like the same scenario. Like if he flips an orange, he can just KO the tank, which is probably what he wants to do. But if he doesn't flip an orange, it's gonna be a feels bad unless he has a direct damage in his hand.
See, I think you put the fusion bore on the.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you
On the
you
Perceptor.
should have. Yeah, you should have put it on Perceptor, killed that, and
Take
then
out the
your Sky
plane.
Shadow. Your Sky Shadow
Yep.
would take his Sky Shadow. Yeah, that's definitely the better way to do it.
Especially if that's a reflect.
Yeah, because now he's just all in on flipping the orange.
This would have been the safer play. Our way would have been the safer play.
Right, because it's a guaranteed KO on the plane, and then it's very likely that your Sky Shadow does the job. Let's see if he got there. All right, he got the orange. So if he attacked the tank, he didn't attack the tank. He got a little worried. Had he attacked the tank, he would have got it. So yeah, so he gets to come in, he gets to combine. If I imagine this is definitely reflect. Right, so he gets to shoot him and puts him at 13. But now he's definitely going to need some help to finish him off with the Perceptor. Because
Yes.
Perceptor's only at 5.
Yes. So we would have done it now. We would have been in the position where Sky Shadow would be swinging
Right, and then
now.
Sky Shadow is a guarantee, basically.
He's one off technically.
Yeah, a lot closer, though.
But I mean, he probably has a weapon, but I mean, he's one off.
I mean, as far as we know, he only has a Gyro Blaster, so it depends on what else he got into here. I can't remember. He might have a showing off. I'm trying to remember exactly what cards were taken. I think he already played the showing off, though. No, he definitely didn't.
He needs it.
All right, so well, that's good enough. So that puts him to 9.
That's exact.
Minus 2, yeah. So
Yeah.
doesn't have an action to play.
Yeah, it's weird.
All right, well, that's pretty good for him. That's for sure.
Is he out of card? Because like,
no, he just
oh,
he just
the
took
gyro.
The, yeah, he just
he
took
at least
the
had the
Hollow
he at least had the gyro, right?
Right. So, yeah, this is definitely an uphill battle now for Cameron. But hey, Feast of Tyranny is a good card.
Yeah. So he has to make. So if he has a fusion board or something like that, then he's golden. Well, not. I wouldn't say golden, but I mean he's in a much better position.
Yeah, it'll come down to the Perceptor versus Horribull again.
Yeah, because Ominous will take out Ominous.
Well, the thing here is I wonder if like how he's going to sequence his attacks. Like, do you think he wants to try and KO the? Oh, okay. He drew an extra card of pocket. He just missed it earlier. That's fine. He hasn't done anything else yet. I allow.
He flipped, but otherwise.
Yeah. I think that's what it was. He flipped. He picked up the pocket. Like, oh, I only drew one card.
You're saying like, should you just swing the Horribull first? I don't know.
Yeah,
I gotta think about this.
I mean, so like, let's see. That's 1. That's 2 to Perceptor.
Yeah.
So that puts him at 5. And then let's see who he does the extra damage to. Looks like it's going to be to him. So like that puts him to 16. So if he has any type of weapon, he gets to KO him.
Yeah, he probably has javelins left.
But like my question is do you think it would be better to attack with the Horribull into Perceptor and then KO the Sky Shadow, so it's just the Ominous that's left, and then you get to untap?
What about if you swing both you guys in the Perceptor?
If you KO him, that's pretty good. I don't know that you do though. It looks like he doesn't even have that, so he's gonna be hoping to flip some oranges.
So well, yeah. I don't think that's a problem. But
I mean, he has a lot of blacks in his deck. He could flip like black, you know.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
So that's a good start. That's one. All right, he got there.
He left the staggering light in. Wow. I was confused about the sideboarding.
I agree. I'll be intrigued to ask him what he took out, to be honest. So I guess he's going to go after this Reflect again. I think he still has a Spymaster's Ruse in his hand, if I remember, that he took on like turn 1.
I think that was the last game. I don't know if he has it. I can never tell how many cards he has in his hand, but I think that was like last game.
Yeah.
I don't think he still has it.
Jempty doesn't like my keep your cards on the table rule.
Right.
This isn't that hard, Jempty. End hostilities. Oh, there's a Ruse. Okay, so checkpoint Ruse and one more card after shuffle. Yeah, I mean, end hostilities is fine right now. It's a nice way to protect your PerCeptor some. But the Spymaster's Ruse might also be pretty important. We saw how good, the Reflect was last game. Just to have to have the Ruse there would be really powerful. This is actually a pretty tough flip. I'll be honest, I think this might be a 4-0 if you ask me. I think you might just have to force them. Like, here, you take these cards or just take the attack, because any type of split it's pretty favorable.
Well,
I mean, like, giving him Ruse Axe, that doesn't seem right.
No, he's just putting the cards in that order right now. There's an ominous still in right there.
Yeah.
I mean, the axe is not live on the ominous, but that doesn't matter.
No, but the axe is live on the the character that matters. Because the ominous is already going to KO the ominous. It doesn't need any help, because there's 1 damage on the current ominous. Yeah, so like honestly, I'd probably take Axe Hostilities here and just give.
You put those two together?
Yeah.
Those are the two good cards.
Yeah, I just say I take these cards and just move on. Like I said, I think that was a 4-0 pile if you ask me.
Or 3-1 or something. Take the 3 good cards together, 3 playable cards together. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, 4-0, I think I just put all 4 cards underneath. I don't think I need the cards.
It depends. Like he might have felt that he needed the defense, so.
I mean, at that point, you don't need the axe.
No, the axe means nothing. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But you can't just put the axe by itself. So
No. But I think wherever the end hostilities wound up is what mattered.
That's fair.
So
maybe you just put the checkpoint by itself and go 3-1.
Right. That's what I would have done. I would have put the checkpoint by itself. I'd be like, here, you can have these 3 cards, or you can get +3. It's like, well, if I get the +3, I don't need the axe.
Yeah. Now, see, I don't know if I like that play, just because we know that Cameron could have disassemble, and like you're just kind of giving up your axe there, and I'm not a fan of that play. Actually, I think I just would have held it back.
So is this the end? This is the end hostilities in all likelihood.
It's either end hostilities or reflect damage.
So he just swings on ominous, obviously, right?
Yeah, and he just KOs them. Yeah. So I mean, it's just a matter of what he thinks he needs. Like if he thinks he has to protect ominous with a reflect, so he's not KO out of combat, then I can see that line of play for what it's worth. Because I mean, in hostilities, he doesn't need that against Horribull on this attack, right? Like he needs the reflect more. So I think he'd probably set the reflect.
I mean, you would play the end hostilities if it's there, obviously.
Oh, so he's gonna name counter. Well, I guess we'll figure out what he named.
We'll see if it goes away. Did he name that, or did he name it hostilities?
Considering it's still there,
no, it's
like he did. Okay, there you go.
So that's a good call.
Oh, so
see, I would have played the Hollow Matter Projector over the axe.
Well, he had a Camion Crash in his hand. He could have played Camion Crash and KO'd his Ominous, and then just attacked with his own Ominous and just dealt 3 damage
instead of the reflect.
Yeah,
and could have played Hollow Matter Projector over the axe.
Right.
Which I would have done.
Yeah, probably.
Oh wait, how does that work? With the reflect damage. Oh,
he announces the triggers himself.
So he chooses to resolve the counter
Right,
espionage before resolving the other thing. Okay.
Yeah. So then here it is. Like he gets to just move and just gets rid of this ominous here.
Yeah.
And then he gets a respectable attack. I mean, the good news is that you get a good crackback and probably enough to KO. So that's the saving grace here.
But that was gonna happen. That was gonna happen regardless.
Right. The counter espionage just proved to be good there because he was able to get away with it. But like you said,
it was good. It was good.
If you have the Hollow Matter, like that's true. You could have just played the Hollow Matter on Ominous and said, beat me.
I just think the axe does nothing. Obviously,
it doesn't do it.
It doesn't
right. It doesn't do it on that turn where the Hollow Matter protecting your Ominous would have. It was like he just gets...
the Hollow Matter protecting either of them would have done something immediately. Whereas this,
well, I just think that
the axe doesn't do anything on a tapped character.
I think forcing him to attack into the Ominous would have been better, most likely.
Oh yeah, that would have been fine. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he had a Bashing Shield, but
even I mean, so like, what are we at here? We're at 3, 7, 10 to start. And he has 6 on, so that's 8. That's that. He already has the damage. He doesn't need to play any more aggressive. He already has the guarantee KO.
So you just play the end hostilities and the
you 100% just do that. Yes.
Based on the cards we know he has,
right?
Besides his card in hand.
Yeah, like so you just
whatever he drew.
You just end hostilities and Hollow Matter, and then like the odds of your Perceptor being KO'd are pretty minimal.
Because you're an 11, right?
I don't see any reason for this. Like you don't even you don't need any there's no reason for that.
Greedy, man.
It just doesn't do anything.
No, I agree.
Like literally, like that play just does nothing. I mean,
he's what?
At this point,
he's a 10, so he's going to take 8, and that
he's dead. Yeah,
is that exact?
Yeah,
that's
exact. Yeah, that's what I said. He doesn't need any more juice.
Yeah, I agree. So the end hostilities could keep him around. Well, I mean,
the end
let's be honest. The Grax isn't going to get there either.
I mean, he could. He has 2 cards in his hand. It's possible. I mean, like, the point is that I would just rather have the defense and live with my Perceptor and not rely on.
So Cameron just gave up. Cameron just gave up, right? He just 4-0'd, so he just gave up. Like, game's over.
Oh, sure. I mean, the point is that he already knew he was getting KO'd, right? So it doesn't matter. So like the cards don't matter at all because he's going to KO and then he has to kill the Perceptor, and if he doesn't kill the Perceptor, he doesn't win anyway. So like none of it matters. So like that's why you just go 4-0 because it doesn't matter where the cards go at all.
I know, but I mean, I think it wasn't even a thought process. I think he's just like so resigned to his fate.
Yeah, I mean, because like here you're talking, you still have 7 health remaining, with 2 defense. Like that's what I'm saying. If you have the end hostilities here, it's a guaranteed thing that you're not going to be KO'd. But
yep, I totally agree with you.
Like this Grax could still get there. It's unlikely. Don't get me wrong, but it's definitely possible. Like if this is like Fusion Bore, Viper Position, or something like that, like. And he just gets there. It's possible,
Or Grenade Launcher or something, yeah. Bashing Shield's not going to help that much.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's fine. It's not enough to KO.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's not enough to KO, though. I don't think you can, you're only going to get to... I can't see that card, so... So it's black. So yeah, black-green. So it's just Pierce 2. 4 Pierce 2. So yeah, that's game. Yeah, he just scooped it up. Okay. I'm going to bring them on for a second.
Impressive.